truck just drove past it. I keep trying to... Oh, there it goes. That black car right there. That's Charlie. And that is... It's a Honda Civic, but it's not a hatchback. Since Farnsworth threatened me yesterday, that guy said he was going to talk to Robert. Hopefully get a stop put to it. I did see Robert Farnsworth today at the church that I was going to, where they said they weren't going to allow him back there, but they're letting him back there. He didn't start any shit with me there, which, well, he knows when to mind his P's and Q's. The gentleman that Charlie's talking to is a gentleman with a dachshund. Cute little dachshund, too. Yeah, that guy Charlie, the one in the car, he is the one who helped me wrap my plastic kayak, and he's also, well, like I said, he was going to talk to Farnsworth and get this stuff to get knocked off, but like I said, I gotta record everywhere I go, because I never know when one of my predators is going to be there. I got recordings of James Roberts about his situation with Farnsworth. There's also Cheryl and Lewis. Lewis went by Otter. Pretty tough situation and a pretty tough place. I don't have any hatred towards any of these people, of course. Some of the things that they've done, I'm not too happy about. There's a lot of people out here who are just real inconsiderate with their drug use. They're nice to me, but they're inconsiderate with their drug use. It probably shouldn't be done at Lily in a Goodspeed Park. God, I wish I had a new back. Anyway, like I said, that's the car right there. It's a black Honda Civic. And like I said, the guy helped me out with making my kayak, and he said he'd talk to Farnsworth about knocking this shit off. It's kind of a toss-up on what the right thing to do is. A lot of people say I should go to the police. The police aren't going to do anything. Not if I go in alone. So I got to find a street person who'll go in alone, where their rule, for the most part, is you never go to the police. The police are not your friends. They're not going to help you. They don't care about you. It's like Hitler's asking... Or it's like Jews asking Hitler to be nicer to the Jews. Be like the Jews going to Heinrich Himmler about Adolf Hitler. Yeah, that's not going to go over well. Anyway, like I said, that's Charlie over there. There's a red Honda here too that's, I don't know, it's pretty well known. A lot of the drugs and the drama. That lady last night, that was recorded here, same park, Lily and A Goodspeed. Matter of fact, I'll go show you. Let me see how much charge I got. 49%, that's a pretty significant quantity given how much I've had to work with the last few days. Let's see if I can get these coffee cups topped. Now that's the Seventh-day Adventist church that Charlie's at over there across the street. I keep getting his name wrong, but I eventually remember it's Charlie because I think Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. The guy's been nothing but open about his drug use and also about some of the situations he knows about and is aware about. Ashley Farnsworth, she was the same way, but then she realized what being recorded and put on the internet actually means. It means I'm recording her and I'm putting it on the internet. I was pretty sure that that was pretty straight and simple English. And she didn't quite get plain and simple English. Anyway, there's a lot of people here who know her. They know about her antics, and she's actually not a Farnsworth. That's the part where some of them are getting confused. Like, dude, yeah, Ashley with the purple hair, Ashley with the pink hair. Same lady, it's Ashley. It's kind of pinkish purplish. Okay, fine, it's pinkish purplish. A lot of people didn't know her last name, they just knew she wasn't a Farnsworth, although I've got her recorded on my channel saying that she is a Farnsworth. She said she was Robbie's sister. Huh. Anyway, that lady who was digging around for her blue pill, she was literally right here. Oh, flip around. Oh, there's her little blue pills somewhere in there. And that's the thing, is that for me, if these people are going to be doing the drugs or whatever, that's on them. But if they're going to do them, it'd be nice if they would do somewhere other than here at the park. You know, smoking them little blue pills off of a chunk of aluminum foil, just seeing that is gross. And then, of course, at Safeway today, yesterday, there was some drugs there, needles, and I tossed them day before yesterday. Today, there was foilies behind the, what is it? It's a gas something or other. Blue Rhino propane. Oh wow, this is a scary situation. There's a bunch of bees going in and out of a hole in the ground. Oh. That does not look good. Hey, do you guys know what the cones are for?
No.
There is a lot of little hornets coming out of that hole.
Maybe there's a nest.
So is that supposed to protect them, or is that because they're going to come spray them?
Maybe. I don't know.
Huh. Thank you. Well, it wasn't so dry out. I'm not real fond of stingy thingies. Anyway, a lot of people, they've got favorite parking spots, places where they're less likely to get messed with, or maybe they know a person or two that works there, so it's less likely that they'll get fucked with there, but all depends person to person. Some people have a panic attack in front of the wrong person and end up 86 from everywhere. Some people get busted telling the truth and get ostracized for the rest of the time they're in a place. Some people, like me, are assholes who record everything, and we tell people that we record everything, and they think we're fucking kidding. Anyway, there's a lot of people who've done really screwed up things, but I'm still grateful for the nice things that they did. The problem is they never spoke up about the nice things they did, and I got treated like I was some sort of a fucking nut job who made these people up. I've dumped out all my bottles. Like I said, I clean up the messes up there in the mountains. Alright, we're getting on to this. See if I can remember how to tie a knot. Yes, found what I'm looking for. Let's go see if I can piss them things off. Alright. I think I got the ability to walk across the street. One of the things that I was talking about earlier, equality. It's a good thing I don't actually push as hard as I could for equality. When I talk about equality or fairness, I talk about how if the way we are treated was the way that you are treated, you'd probably shut up real quick about your bullshit. If your rights were violated the same way ours were violated, you quit bitching about your bullshit. There's a lot of people here who are on drugs, Many of them do have good intentions, and not all of them are evil, hateful people. Not all of them are out to destroy your entire existence. Oh, God. Bonjour. Still breathing. Saw Robbie today at the feed. I wasn't actually expecting to see him there because last I knew, they told me he wasn't allowed on the property, but thank goodness we were in public because he's been a dick outside of the building plenty of times. We were all eating outside this time, and usually he plays all nice and Christian in front of people, so I did make sure I was recording the whole time, and I made sure he was aware of it. Yeah. I don't know why people, they reinterpret my words somehow, I guess. Like when I say I record everything and they think, what's that mean? It means if I gotta go talk to professional type folks, it's gonna be recorded because otherwise it's their word versus mine. It means when I'm around somebody who I've encountered that's violent before, record it. That way if they get violent with me or with anybody else around me, it's recorded. Instead of it being their word versus mine, and then it's you're mentally ill. I bet you're on drugs. ID required for all restricted items. I want that for my car. Come up to me all the time asking for drugs or alcohol. Youngins telling me, hey man, if you get me a bottle, I'll give you $40 extra on top of it, man. I'm like, you're asking for a hobo to go in and buy you literally a $60 bottle of alcohol, and you're gonna give me a $100 bill to do it. And yeah, no. It'd be nice to have $40. That's 2 trips up the mountains and back, you know? 6 if I had a closer camp.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to have a tobacco I could con you out of, would you? Damn. Oh, woohoo. I left my rolling papers over in my car. Yeah, I saw you guys over here. I was like, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity for me to pull out my friggin' phone and be like, those people helped me. A lot of folks think every hobo out here is evil to everybody. And that just ain't the case. Of course, most people in houses think they're all on drugs.
They can keep thinking all they want. They keep shit what they think.
Grassy ass moose cockle. Although, like, I keep forgetting your name. I'm like, I know it's Charlie, but, you know, once in a while I'm like, Chris. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's not Chris. Chris is the guy at the Coin Op Laundry. And then sometimes when I'm talking about Chris, I accidentally say Christian instead because those two know each other, and basically all the association I have between them is between them and each other in the laundromat. What's my only rule? No sleeping in the laundromat. Yeah. So what are you guys up to?
That Chris is,
The one with the red beard?
yeah.
I don't know what yeah means. When I was growing up, that meant coke.
Running his mouth trying to say that I had broke into the shipping containers down there behind Sporting Goods store, and then, oh yeah, told the cops there was video of me doing it, and it's like, you know, I just got off the ball. I'm not trying to get back on it.
Yeah.
I mean, he won't throw his mouth, and tell people he's got video. Well, show me video. I'd love to see it.
So he didn't bother to share that with the cops or anything else. He just run around.
The cops said there was a video of naked girls running around and jumping in my car. I'm like, how am I gonna pull that off? Like, if you met my wife, she'd kill me. And the naked girls. And where am I gonna put them? Go ahead.
Yeah, if you were into dead prostitutes, you wouldn't be able to get very far.
No. It's just, it boggles my mind. Like, when, if he's actually looking at tapes and see that the only time, when we ran out of gas over there, we pull out the grabber stick and pick up the garbage from all the little dumbasses that raise hell around there all night.
That's the thing with some of the people around here. They're honest with their usage. They're also honest with what they're using. They're also honest with what they're doing with their time. I mean, for the most part, a lot of these addicts are coming straight up and straightforward with their addictions because they're like, hey, I'm a user, but I'm not causing any problems. But also, like, with people who are real liberal like that with it, and they know that, it's not a animosity thing. They're also, basically letting people know I'm not going to hide it. I am a real person. Some of the people out here, though, like that becomes a whole culture of using that to get stuff. Or then there's the ones like Chris, for example. He seems to pick up targets of opportunity, like you fit the bill, so you must be. Yeah, he said he was following around Christian, and that Christian, he was pretty sure that he was being a male prostitute to pay for his meth, and then Christian disappeared. I was fucking freaking out, and it took me almost a month before you come up and told me he was in the state hospital. The thing is, obviously, you're not out to hurt me. You're not pissed off about recording or pissed off about the fact that, well, I'm sure you're pissed off about having to live like this, but, there's a lot of people that are mad at me for stuff I told them was going on.
Yeah.
One lady was even pissed off at me because when she was abused and she screamed for help, I said something. And then she was like, you should have minded your own business. I was like, you literally screamed, help, help. What the fuck am I supposed to do? When people are honest with the situation, it also lets me know, even if they're fucked up, and they're telling me they just got beat up, they did just got beat up. If they're going to be honest about being fucked up, then yeah, I'm going to believe it. Anyway, I don't go looking for trouble with Robbie. If I see him, I usually go the other way. Just yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday? Yeah, it was just a situation. He waved at me all friendly like at Safeway. So yeah, I opened the door to say hello, and he was definitely not appropriate. But I saw him at the feed today. He was nice, but I'm not going to go back to that church to eat anymore. I mean, it is a safety issue where I don't know what kind of a day he's going to have. I don't hate him. I'm just scared of him. And he assaulted two people in front of me, and I guess one of them assaulted him too, like they were assaulting each other. But, for me, it was a situation where I can't really defend myself, and he's a local for people, so people are going to kind of protect him, and I'm not here for trouble. A lot of people don't like what I record. I'm like, I only do it because I'm vulnerable, and people know it. When he was helping me wrap my boat, it was pretty obvious I wasn't doing very good by myself.
Yeah.
Looked like a monkey fucking a football.
What happened to the boat?
I disassembled it last week so I could try to break down the camp and make it more clandestine until I can get some labor up there to help move it back down to storage. Unfortunately, all my money keeps going to the government and their goons. Yep. I don't understand how they can tell us that they're free services when they're getting paid tax dollars. And when we have to expend our time and money to go to those places to deny us any services anyway, you spend $200 a month to get $50 in services, and it's not even the $50 in services you need. Like, oh, we're spending $900 a month on therapy for you. I'm like, it's a 50-minute session once every 30 days. Are you fucking kidding me? Meanwhile, I'm there because there's supposed to be a case manager to help me turn in the crimes that you committed against me right away. They're not doing that. They're committing Medicare and Medicaid fraud, and as well as, well, they're getting paid to do a job they're not doing. For me, I'd feel a lot safer if I had a protection order against Robbie, and that's just because, like, he's got a history of abuse going back quite a ways. He choked a woman out in 2018, and he's assaulted several people in front of me. When he tried to assault me, the only reason that he didn't headbutt me is because I don't always have ninja reflexes, but he telegraphed it by doing this before he went like that, smashed his face right off my forehead. But I was lucky I flinched. And I'm not that lucky all the time. So they told you not to be in the parking lot at all over there?
Oh yeah, duh. If I'm caught over there, if I go over in that property, I'll be arrested.
What's her name? Amanda? She had a little black Honda Civic, but it was a hatchback like mine. Yeah, he said she held a gun to his head, and this is after he was telling me he thought he was in love with her, and he was gonna marry that girl someday, and he'd marry her in a heartbeat and stuff. And then one day he was telling me, "Did I tell you she pulled a gun on me?" I'm like, "No." He said, "Yeah, she had me drive around, and I drove to where my parents are buried, and said, if you're gonna shoot me, at least you can shoot me here. Easy to bury me." But then he was telling some other people that she's got chlamydia and a bunch of stuff like that. And usually when a guy starts doing that, it's because she told him no, not because she held a gun to his head.
Yeah, he likes to run with alcohol.
But I told him I record everything, and when he's being vindictive, that's being recorded. With you, you're straightforward with me. With her, she's real quiet all the time and fucking sticks her nose out of my business, even though I'm trying to share it with everybody.
Yes. Been going around telling people that, oh, watch out for him, he's a bad dude, and blah, 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 blah.
I'm not worried about you hauling off. Even if I say something mean on my YouTube channel that you take out of context and get pissed off at me, you'd come yell at me, but you wouldn't threaten to hurt me or kill me. You're not stupid. You've been locked up.
Important things to worry about in life.
That's the problem with the quote-unquote mentally ill people, is I'm having to deal with people with schizophrenia and violent delusions and stuff like that. There's another kid in town, his name's Joey, and like 8 people told me that he's schizophrenic and delusional. I'm like, no, he's a lower functioning person. He's about stage 2. And he wants to have friends. He tells tall tales because he wants friends. He doesn't actually believe this shit. The stories that he's telling because he thinks people will like him better.
Who's that?
Joey, the kid that used to work at McDonald's, his girlfriend's real short and squat, and they're kind of slow. I know that's mean to say or whatever, not politically correct. But he's got dark hair and kind of a peach fuzz mustache. He works at McDonald's, I know that. I don't go back there because although everybody there likes me, Nick, the Aryan brother who runs the place with the tattoo of the spider on his head, he doesn't like me. He's a manager. I suppose I ought to let you get back to your business, but I wanted to make sure I come over and said thank you and let you know progress or update or whatever. Because if there's an issue, the problem with me, I don't have a support network, and I'm supposed to go to the police and mental health and all that kind of stuff, and I do. They don't do shit. I'm told to go to friends or peer support. They pass me on to a peer support, or drug addicts that I already know that have already repeatedly not shown up, not kept their word, cost me a lot of money. I'm like, this is not how mandated reporting is supposed to work. I'm an at-risk adult alone out here. You know, even if people like me and they're not real fond of Robbie, they know he's local and he's got support just because he's been here for forever. For me, it's not a matter of hatred. It's a matter of I can't defend myself. Ain't nobody there to protect me. It'd, be three people that beat me up at the same time. That's 3-on-1. They call me mentally ill, say I started it. So I gotta watch out for all of that, and that's the majority of the reason that I record situations like Farnsworth, situations like with Ashley, situations. She said her name was Ashley Farnsworth, the Ashley with the pink hair. Somebody else told me her last name was Heinrich. Yeah. I don't hold any animosity towards her, but she really holds a grudge. And as far as Amanda goes, like Chris had her 86 too from there and from the car wash property. So she's not allowed there either. I've seen her mom there a couple of times, but not Amanda. And with, he was, at first, when he was telling me the gun story, I was believing it until I came back later and he was telling people the chlamydia story. I'm like, oh, dude, no, please don't do that. It sucks when women go spreading rumors about men. It ain't okay for men to go doing that stuff back. And I'm not sexist. An asshole's an asshole. If you're a user, you're a user. That doesn't make you a bad person. And just because you're not a user doesn't mean it's okay to do that shit. Fucking acting like a tweaker and he's not even tweaking. Meanwhile, there's tweakers out here that don't even act like tweakers like that. Please don't go telling people I have chlamydia. It's a secret. Alright, if I keep putting that on the cement, I'm gonna ruin it.
Go see if we can come up with some gas money.
Yes, sir. Bane of our existence. Thank goodness you got a Honda Civic. Are you still driving around on 4 donuts? No, okay. I like Charlie. There's a lot of people here I like. Farnsworth, when he's not being a dick, is pretty likable. But he has his episodes, and when he has his episodes, I get overwhelmed with it. And unlike that guy in the Dalles, Oregon, who hauled off on Jamie, I'm not willing to go just hauling off on people. I hate violence. I hate confrontation. I also hate the fact that if I'm alone, I'm easy to victimize. I'm easy to take advantage of. If somebody doesn't like their dealer, and they do like me, if they get in trouble, they're still going to try to fucking kick me in the pants instead of their dealer. It comes down to remaining access. You turn in your dealer, you kind of destroy your access to those drugs and or alcohol, because sometimes your dealer is, like if you're underage, some old man who's an alcoholic who doesn't have the money to buy his own alcohol. He'll go get 2 bottles of booze just so he can have one. And a lot of people exploit our situations like that. Now, as far as Charlie goes, he hooked me up with some tobacco, and I'm glad for that because I'm broke. He's trying to get some gas money, same as me. I got exactly $25 in my pocket because that's going to pay for 1/5 of my overall payments for the ticket I got from Officer Martinez. He's about a douchebag and a half. Plays fucking stupid too. I hate that in a cop. Yeah. Anyway, I'm still overwhelmed. I'm still scared. I'm surprised I was able to make it all the way over there and back, actually. And if it hadn't been for the little rest there, that wouldn't have happened. Of course, just seeing Farnsworth kind of puts me in a sense of unsafe immediately. There's a lot of people who have been making suggestions through all of this. A lot of violent suggestions, a lot of suggestions of shooting people or lighting people on fire or lighting their houses on fire or things of that nature. And, you know, if I yell that and scream that stuff, you guys freak out. I've heard that yelled and screamed at a lot. People who promised to help me turn it in, after months and months and months, start screaming at me, well, you should have killed the son of a bitch. Why didn't you just shoot him in the head like a real man? Fucking Christ. People said to do the same thing to Farnsworth. I'm like, why? Yeah, I get that he's got mental issues. I get that. I do. But shooting him isn't going to fix those mental issues, and it's not going to teach tolerance. It's not going to, for certainly, get him someplace safe.